Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to show you how to cover a pumpkin, any size pumpkin you want, with any yarn and any hook. Let's get started. So I have been using the stitch in a lot of items. Recently, I have all the Fall Things cowl and hat set. This is the cowl. This is a bulky weight 5, so that's what it looks like in a bulky weight 5. This is Loops and Threads, multi-marled. Simply gorgeous. I love this. Color on this one is shortbread. So that's what it looks like in a chunky weight. Number 5. The cowl and the hat and the fingerless gloves I made with that yarn. So I will link them below. This is a set of fingerless mitts that I made. Same stitch. This is probably... It didn't say. It didn't have a label. This is Temu yarn. It is fantastic yarn, by the way. It is probably between a 2 and a 3 weight. It's on the smaller side of a 3 weight if it is. Like I said, it did not tell me the weight of it. There was no information on this yarn. It was yarn that I got for free. So this is just smashing. I adore this yarn. I only have a little bit left, and I'm probably going to order more because I really like it. So this, you'll see that it looks different in this compared to the bulky weight yarn, but equally as beautiful. And then my All the Fall Things shawl was what got all this started, like last year. And that was made in Lion Brand. And this is number 6 bulky yarn. This is the color Coney Island. It is really heavy and nice and thick, but that's what it looks like in the bulky. Simply gorgeous. Love this shawl so much. So All the Fall Things shawl, All the Fall Things hat, All the Fall Things cowl, All the Fall Things fingerless mitts. I am working on a tutorial right now, and I am not done, but it is absolutely stunning. Wow. This is Premier puzzle yarn, and this is All the Fall Things blanket. I'm going to pull in what I can on camera for you. So this is a bulky weight 5 as well, and that's the stitch with it. I love this blanket so much. This is a gift for our grandson. He just turned 12. And so I'm making each of my grandchildren, I have made them blankets all along, but as they reach up to teenage years, I'm making them individual blankets. And then when they get older and they move out, I will make them a huge blanket as a housewarming gift or a wedding gift or whatever. But this will be our, what is he, our second, chronologically, our second born grandson. And like I said, he just turned 12. So I hope he likes the blanket. It is toasty warm. I think my husband is jealous because he loves toasty warm blankets. So he might get one for Christmas. Don't tell him. So that tutorial will be coming out shortly. I have put, I think 3 or 4 balls of the Premier in there, the puzzle yarn. Adore that yarn. It is fantastic. So that will be the blanket. Now we're going to do a pumpkin. All the Fall Things pumpkin. You can do it however you want. So if you have pumpkins, I purchased these at Walmart, or you could get some from the dollar store. The Dollar Tree has the fabric ones, like the velour. And I do believe they have the sequin ones. These are from Walmart. They are from their produce section. That's where I found these. These 3 were $3.48, and this is the tag to it. So if you want to scan that, bring it up on your app maybe. $3.48 for 3 of them, and I thought that was a really good deal. I liked this one in particular because how pretty is that? These are real pumpkins, by the way. And the white one or cream one, I love. I love all 3 of them, but look at this bad boy. he's a little sad. So I thought I would dress him up. And if you are using a pumpkin that's already a pumpkin and you don't need to do the stem, cool. You don't have to worry about it. If you're making one from scratch and you want to stuff it yourself with whatever, and then put a stem on it, Dollar Tree has stems. If you are not aware, they have these, which are thicker. And this is for $1.25, guys. That's a lot of stems. They also have these, and they are smaller stems for smaller pumpkins or whatever crafts you have. This would make a lot of pumpkins. Just keep that in mind. $1.25 for a ton. Wood stems, they're called. So you can either have an existing pumpkin already, or you'll want to stuff your pumpkin after you get it made up. Also, I have these, which are adorable. They're just to like to put on the table, like little acorns. So cute. All right, enough. Let's get started. So the yarns I have before me are from Michael's, because I have Michael's in my area, and that is like, boom, I have yarn. So I go there when they have yarn and I purchase it and I bring it home and I can have fun with it. So I have done a review on all of these yarns, and if I can remember to, if I write it down, I will link the reviews below. This is new Caron Macchiato cakes, and the colorway is 100% fall to me. This is Boundless. This is a bulky weight 5, although working with the Premier 5, this is a thinner side of 5. So it calls for a J hook, and it is 8 ounces, 227 grams, 481 yards, 440 meters. I like this yarn a lot. I plan on doing a all the fall things cardigan with this yarn. I have not gotten to that yet, but how beautiful is that going to be? Ooh, I'm gonna love wearing that. You could do your pumpkin out of this. That is my whole point. These are Loops and Threads Facets. This yarn is super soft and nice to work with. Be careful, it's hard to frog. It's just like Red Heart Unforgettable in that it knots on itself. It's a roving style yarn. In these are 279 yards, 3.5 ounces, 256 meters, 100 grams. This color is Autumn, and yes, oh yeah, it's Autumn. This calls for a J hook as well. It's a medium 4. This is what I'm going to use for the tutorial, so you will see what it looks like in a medium weight 4. You've seen 2, 3, you've seen 5, you've seen 5 and 6. So now you're going to see a 4 and see what this stitch looks like with that. It is acrylic, 100% acrylic. This one over here is not. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that. 80% acrylic, 20% wool on the macchiato cake. This color is Autumn in the facets. This color is like low-key autumn. Very nice. This color is Ember. And then this one is it's Flame. And it is gorgeous. I love the feel of these yarns. This one I had already pulled some out but didn't start working with it. So soft, so nice to work with. The only drawback is it is difficult when you make a mistake. It grabs on itself and it will tangle and you will have a problem. So go really slow if you're frogging it. I'm going to use Autumn. Let's get started. So we are working in multiples of 3 to start our chain here. I'm going to measure around this pumpkin and tell you what the size is. I'm not covering this one. I just want you to get an idea of the size. If you don't have a pumpkin and you don't really know what size you want to make, this is how we need to decide what size we are doing. It would be the circumference of the size of the pumpkin that you want. This is about 15.5 inches in circumference. So a large newborn's head is what that pumpkin is. And then height-wise, this pumpkin is about 3 inches high and then with our stem, it's about 4 inches. So that's the size of pumpkin that this is, if it's hard to understand by just looking at it. I'm going to do this size. So I'm going to measure this one. About 11 inches in circumference. So that is my goal, around 11 inches, so that it fits nicely. So I'm going to chain until I get about to 11 inches, and I'll let you know what that is. I have 30 chained right now, so I'm going to leave it at that. I will see what the length is of my chain. I do not believe it's 11 inches, but it stretches to that, so. I'm at 9 inches right now. So I'm going to chain 2 more, because once you get your multiple of 3, you add 2 at the end. Okay, now we're going to start our first row. We are going to start in the second chain from the hook here, and we're going to do a leaf. And a leaf consists of a single crochet, and 2 double crochets. So put a double crochet and another double crochet in that same stitch as your single crochet. Just like that. Now we're going to skip 2 chains. So make sure you're not skipping or counting the one that you just worked in. Ignore that. Skip this one and this one. Okay? And go into the next one. Do a single crochet. A double crochet. And a double crochet on that same spot. Okay, we're going to skip 2. Make sure you don't count the one you just went in. 1 and 2, skip. In the next one, do a leaf. Single crochet. Double crochet. And double crochet. We're going to do that all the way across. We're going to skip 2. Don't count the one you just went in. 1 and 2 skipping, and in the next one a leaf. And a leaf is a single crochet and 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Do that all the way across, and I will meet up with you in just a moment. In your last chain, do a single crochet. Okay, this is what your first row looks like. Super cute already. So now we're going to join in the round. So take your work, turn it to where it's facing you, just like you just worked your row, and find your first single crochet. Right here is my first single crochet. Go into your first single crochet and slip stitch into that first single crochet. Just like that. And we can weave this end to this end. When we're done, you can do it now. It's up to you. If it makes you feel better to do it now, go ahead. We're going to start working in the round now. So we're always going to start with this first single crochet here. I'm going to chain one to secure this. And we're always going to put a single crochet, a double crochet, and a double crochet right in that first spot right there. If you want to, you can get a stitch marker and mark that first single crochet so that you are never in doubt of where the beginning of your round or where you should put your stitch. And now in every single crochet that you worked last row, we're going to put a leaf in every single one. So look at your work. Last row we did single crochet, double crochet, and double crochet in our stitches. So your single crochet will always be your first stitch. So looking at your work here, you can see this one is longer and this one is longer, so those are doubles. So our single is before them, so it's right here. Okay, and if you need to, pull your work apart a little bit to see your stitches more clearly. So in each single crochet, we are going to do a leaf, and a leaf is a single crochet, a double crochet, and another double crochet in that same stitch. We're going to go to our next single crochet and do the same thing. Put a leaf in there. Single, double, double. Find your next single crochet, put a leaf in it. We're going to do that all the way around. We're going to do that every round until you get to the height that you need for your pumpkin and a little bit extra for the top and the bottom, because we need to go around the bottom and we need to go around the top. It needs to cinch in, and we're going to draw string that with just a piece of yarn. So it's no big deal. You don't have to worry about shaping on this project at all. But you do have to keep in mind you do need to allow for the fabric to go around the bottom of your pumpkin, or make the bottom of your pumpkin if you're not going around one, and make the top of your pumpkin, or cover the top of your pumpkin. And I'll show you that in just a moment. Let's just work in the round. Let's do our stitches, our leaves. And then once we get a good portion going, I will show you how to draw string the bottom and get up to the top to show you how to finish the top as well. So every single crochet we're putting in a leaf. And a leaf is a single crochet and 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Once you get to the end of every round that you're doing, if you put a stitch marker there, you know where your next stitch is going to go. going to go right here. So take that out. And in every beginning of every round, do a leaf in that first single crochet. Okay, I'm gonna show you what you need to do to find out how long you need to go on your project. I'm right here, and I think I need to do more, but I'm gonna check it. So how you do that is you just put your work around your pumpkin. If you don't have a pumpkin and you're making your project, this can help you decide how big you want your pumpkin, how tall you want it to be. So right now, I need to go more because clearly I do not have enough here. But if I cinch up the bottom, I will get a better idea. So let's cinch up the bottom. I'm going to take my beginning tail here, and I am going to join in the side right here. Remember, we started this way and we need to weave in our end. So I'm just going to use it to cinch up. So I'm going to go back in that original one that joins it in the round, and now I'm just going to go in and out of the stitches. I'm just going to weave in and out, just like a drawstring bag, so that we can cinch this up. Sometimes we do this with hats to cinch up the top. I'm going to do it to our pumpkin to find out how tall we need to make it. I'm thinking it needs at least an inch or two more work. Okay, that should take me back to the beginning. Just cinching it shut. I'm going to weave in my end, and that is just whip stitching. And then I'm going to put my needle back into the center, like a hat here. And these stitches are a bit gappy, but that's okay. It's going to be on the bottom of our pumpkin, and we know it's going to be gappy. So just work through your stitches and then drop back down in the center and weave your end in as normal. Okay, I'll leave that tail there because I don't care right now, but that's what it looks like a tiny hat. I'm gonna put my pumpkin in it, pull my work up, and see where I'm at as far as how much I need to do. So I have like an inch or two to go. So I am going to keep working in pattern, not with my pumpkin in though. 2 more rounds. I'm gonna do 2 more rounds. Okay, I'm gonna see where I'm at now. I did 2 more rounds. I could probably cinch that easily. So I'm gonna cut my yarn here. Now, if you want this to be able to come back off, make sure that you know where your end is. I I probably will do that as well. So I'm going over to my next single crochet and I am pulling through. Because I can still take it off, see? I'm just going to weave my end in all the way around the top, just like I did the bottom. And this is a great idea for if you're gonna put pumpkins on your porch. And they wouldn't get all wet, of course, but wouldn't that be gorgeous? Some pumpkins that are like this on your porch. Just gonna go on the top of some stitches here. Weave in and out. Every other is what I'm going through. And if you are making your own pumpkin and you don't have one to wrap, then obviously you would stuff it and proceed from there. I have a pumpkin that I did in buffalo check, and I used a stem from one of our trees that we had out back. And all I did was I glued it on the top. I glued it to the pumpkin because I didn't want it to go anywhere. Do a couple more. Get all the way around, and then you would just cinch. And since I am not wanting this to stay on the pumpkin forever, I'm just going to tuck my end into this side again. Through here. And then I'm going to dive back in underneath. Now, I don't want a huge tail hanging out, right? So once I get it in here, I'm going to tuck it back underneath again. Get some stitches that are harder to get out of. Okay, that's better. I'm going to go back this way. And this is all very loose so that I can get to it when I need to. All I need to do is pull apart on that and I will be able to find the end very easily. There you have it. It's hard to see in the camera. I will take a picture so that you can see it further away. If you want this down further, that's fine. You do whatever you need to do. So I'm going to pull it out just a little bit. See how it pops out? There, I think I like that better. I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to grab this and pull it down underneath so that when I want to take this off of here, I can find that. Yeah, I like that better. So there you have it. I think it's adorable. I think it is really flexible and you can put it on a wide variety of things to decorate in your home. I have a candle here that I've been burning. I may cover that. And then I also have some containers in here and I have covered a couple of them. But I think to go into the same decor, I will cover them with the same thing. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to measure just like we did the pumpkin around the container in multiples of 3. I'm going to do exactly what we did for the pumpkin. And then once I am done, I am not cinching anything and it will go up to the top of the container. And I will show you that in just a moment. Okay, so this is how we do it for a container. There's no cinching. We just go to the bottom and then to the top. Now I'm going to weave in my ends and show you what it looks like. once you have your ends woven in, you would just slide your container cover on your container. I'm going to put it back over here so that you can take a look at it. Let's say we wanted to put crochet hooks in it. So you would just grab some crochet hooks, which I have plenty to grab. Pop them in there. So if you want to, you can do it to a candle container. I don't think it would get warm enough on a candle while burning, but I would recommend taking it off when you are burning a candle, just to be on the safe side. And yeah, so I mean, there's plenty of things that you can cover in your home. You could even use this as a cup cozy, as long as you probably used cotton and made it a little bit tight so that it hung on to the cup. But essentially it's the same exact method of covering any container. Just make sure that you're careful when you're picking it up, because it could slip off. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a great beginning of fall. I know we are here. It's rainy and it is wonderful. And so take care, guys. Until next time.